Hello, good evening and welcome to the Solent Sports Complex here on the South Coast. We have a National Basketball League Division 2 fixture between the Solent Kestrels and the London Stars. It is wet, it is windy here on the South Coast, but the Solent Kestrels will be hoping that doesn't blow them off their storm and knock their wings too much as they look to continue their unbeaten streak so far in the league. It's a very imposing place to come if you're a London Star, knowing that the Kestrels are yet to face defeat here all season long, with their sole loss coming away in the Basketball Cup. This event is brought to you by Sonar Events, as always, as they bring you weekly coverage of both the men's and women's Solent Kestrels. I'm Joshua Stewart and I'm joined today by Tom Merrill here in the commentary booth. We now turn our attention to the matchups. The Kestrels, as you see there, winning all 5 of their previous games, coming in hot form, whereas the London Stars winning 3 of their 5 in not too bad form themselves. The Kestrels, their lineup: wearing 0, Russell Garipi; 4, Dan Malloy; 5, Sean Mulhern; 6, Sean Mbura; 7, Elliot Dadds; 8, Asa Aziz; 9, Issa Brandon; 10, Joe Lloyd; 11, Matt Hughes; 12, Ilias Tyro; 14, Will Taylor; 15, Ash Briggs; and as ever, Matt Guyman is the coach on the sideline. A very strong and familiar lineup there for the Kestrels. We now turn our attention to the visitors, the Stars. Jaden Kunle, Scott Bosch, Jaden Cavallo, Joel Codner, Travis Edwards, Augustus Katarikis, Vilius Kosminskas, Ryan Martin, Matas Mendelis, Timothy Ngwankwo, Toby Ogunyode, Claudius Pakalinas, Richard Reed, Domikis Ravinas, Matas Sadankias, Joshua Smith-White, Saunas Siklakis, Domas Vigis, and Joas Sajanskausk. Those are the teams that will be taking the court this evening. So, Tom, having looked at the list of names there, what are your thoughts coming into this game?
I mean, it's gonna be a great game as always. Kestrels are going to come looking to continue that unbeaten run, but London Stars have picked up a few nice wins the last few weeks, beating Richmond Knights last week, beating them by I think it was 6, and then Brighton Bears the week before. Pickups like Ryan Martin, he's played 5 games this year. He's an ex-BBL guy. He's gonna look to get the job done. 2 years in the BBL of London and Surrey. He's played NCAA Division 1 when he was a bit younger at Tennessee Tech. So no, it'll be a really good game. Some nice matchups on the floor. I mean, obviously your starting 5 is going to be your classic 5 with the Kestrels. It'll just be interesting to see what the London Stars come out with today.
So, as you mentioned, that they're coming into the good form, but the Kestrels coming off the back of an 111-43 win against the Oakland Wolves. That's quite an impressive score, isn't it? Especially when you consider that in their last 5, the visitors, the Stars, haven't even reached 90 points. So it's going to be quite a difficult points tally to overcome if they reach anywhere near that.
It'll be a massively difficult one. It was helped by Ilias going 9 for 9 and Will Taylor having a really, really good game off the bench. It was very evenly spread last week against Oaklands, and I mean, it's handy to be able to do that against a team that are near the bottom of the league. But London Stars in that mid-table kind of region, like you said, if they haven't scored over 90 the last few weeks, Kestrels are a very, very good defensive team, so that might be a struggle for them.
As you mentioned, the defensive team, Joshua Smith-White, of course, a very key part of that London Stars, their top scorer for points per game at the very least. He's going to be their focal point, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a product of the Itchen set-up and the Dagenham set-up back in London. He did his 3rd year over here at Itchen College. So he's one that Matt and Jack will know very well. But no, he's been having a really, really good season. I think he started off the season in the Surrey Scorchers pathway, but then no, yeah, he's moved over onto the London Stars and having a really good season for them.
And if we harken back all the way to the start of December 2023, this is when the teams last met. It ended in a 119-65 win for the Kestrels. I'm sure the London Stars will be wanting to put that to rights.
Yeah, probably most likely, yeah. I mean, I think they might have been missing a few guys on the day, but obviously you've got to play against what you come up against, and Kestrels had a massively dominant day that day up in London, and I mean, they'll hopefully look to do that again today, but no, it'll be a test. Any game now coming down the stretch of an unbeaten season is a test, and obviously it's all massively building up to that Milton Keynes game at the end of the year. But no, this will be a nice one to watch.
Of course, you mentioned that Milton Keynes game. That is the final home game of the season. This being the penultimate home game of the season. Solent will be hoping to go into his final few games in hot form to make sure they can get at the top of the league. Do you think they'll be able to do it?
I think it's going to be tough. I can see it coming down to that last game between themselves and Milton Keynes. I mean, Milton Keynes have won every game by 50, 60, apart from that Kestrels one, which is a bit of an anomaly right at the start of the season. But no, that'll be an incredible matchup to watch right at the back end of the season. But no, Kestrels have it in them. I think they let themselves down ever so slightly in that fourth quarter right at the start of the season against Milton Keynes. May have had a bigger lead to protect coming into that last game of the season, but it will stand at a 7-point lead as we're just about to get underway here. There we go, Kestrels off with the tip-off. But yeah, Milton Keynes will be a tough one. They've got some really good, high-quality players that they've recruited this year. A really nice club, going to bring some fans down. And I know it was already a sellout in about 2 hours, so it'll be a really good one to watch in a couple of weeks' time. There we go, as Issa Brandon gets us going.
Very fast start there, cutting in from the byline. Not a man of many talents, Issa Brandon can score all over the court. It's going to be a very tough question for London Stars to try and figure out how to stop him from getting on fire.
Yeah, I think it'll be a case of maybe switching some different matchups with him as Trav Edwards gets to the basket there and finishes nicely. But yeah, Issa's one of those guys that's going to keep going to the basket. Even if he's not having a good shooting night, he's going to keep going and going and going, and he'll get those points up on the board for the Kestrels. Because they're going to run off and pick and roll here. Garapi around the back pass, lovely there. Brandon dishes off to Dads. That one's off. You can see that physicality of Ryan Martin there already, as I mentioned before. That BBL talent that has played there. Played a few years all over the globe. I think he started off the year this year in Venezuela before coming down here as he lines up and throws it off.
One must question how he acclimatised to the climate, making that decision to come from South America all the way to dreary London.
I mean, he's 30 there and one there for Issa Brandon. Ryan Martin's 30 years of age now, so he's been and he's done his high quality level of basketball. It may be that kind of it was a few Venezuela's. I can imagine it's a very isolated place to go and play basketball. But I mean, he's a British native, so he may have just been wanting to come home. I know he played college basketball over here in London, so yeah, nice little homecoming for him maybe.
It would be interesting to see how many Ryan Martins have played in the Venezuelan leagues in basketball.
I can imagine there's not very many. No. Not very many classic English names playing that Venezuelan league.
Already Brandon off to a fantastic start.
There you go, so Youngers finding Smith White with a nice bounce pass there. London Stars might look to share the scoring a little bit maybe today. The Kestrels going to Brandon again. And that's 7 for Issa Brandon early. 2 minutes gone already and Issa Brandon's on fire. He missed that game a few weeks ago with illness, I think, playing here. And I think Kestrels really struggled without him with that scoring power. But last week you see him playing minimal minutes and still putting 17 points up, I think, I was on the board.
Such a key member of this team.
Yeah, massively.
There is always a question of who will step up when he's not on the court. And it's been Ilias Taiwo, it's been Matt Hughes. They have had to have different men step up to that line and lead the team. But so far, they've managed to find those men. They've managed to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that game that Issa missed, Matt Hughes then got 20, 24, 25 points as Ryan Martin finally drains a 3 there, his third attempt of the game. Really quick-paced game here early on as Brandon goes to get downhill. Finds Briggs, just going to back it out, find Hughes, and that's going to be a foul on number 12, Sondan Yankis.
Can't have too many arguments with that. We have seen some contentious calls here at Solent Sports Complex over the season, both for the Kestrels and against the Kestrels, but that one can have little argument.
That was a pretty tough one. I mean, you're always told as you get to the higher levels of basketball, if you're going to foul hard, and then they don't get the and one. They did that, but Matt Hughes is going to shoot 2 free throws. He makes the first one.
Someone not necessarily expected to have scored as many as he has this season, Matt Hughes. Considered more to have a bit role at the start of the year, but it's just become so key in that starting 5 as the games went on.
Yeah, he played for Kestrels and for Itchy when he was younger. He's a Southampton boy through and through. I think he went up to Northumbria, I think, to play at his university. Finished the year there, and obviously Kestrels reorganising themselves and being quite a homegrown club. It was kind of a perfect opportunity for him to come down and play here. He's been getting some really good minutes and putting some points on the board in that starting lineup.
Great ball movement there from London. Can't get the three to go, but showed they have the presence of mind as they get the steal.
Trav misses the layup. Smith-White with the offensive rebound and puts it in with a foul on Gerapi. Good offensive rebound there by Josh Smith-White, putting the ball straight back up, not letting the defence set back up after grabbing that one down.
Showing Solent they're not just here to make up the numbers, they're going to fight for it.
Yeah, they are indeed. It's going to be a good little matchup between a few players. I mean, Trav Edwards and Russ Gerapi could be a nice matchup, both ball dominant guards. Look to control the tempo for the team here. Trav Edwards putting out a bit of pressure right out to the Kestrels baseline. I think what London Stars here, what they've got to do is just disturb Kestrels' offence. I think that's the best thing they can do. Brandon goes behind the back, spins into a double team, finds the corner for Dads for three. We've seen that a few times this year, haven't we?
There's very few people you want to leave that wide open in the corner. Right. And he will make you pay for it.
That just shows Brandon's IQ there, managing to get out of that double team, finding that three-point shooter in the corner. They're going to hustle here. Dad's going to hustle. That is going to be called as a Kestrels ball off number 12's foot. Fighting for the loose ball there. I mean, Elliot Dads has played years and years here at Kestrels, and I think he's probably one of the best defensive players I've possibly seen in the National Basketball League, Division 1, Division 2, whatever level you see.
To remain such a key part of the team for so many years takes a different kind of talent to remain so relevant.
Yeah, as Ryan Martin gets the steal. Zajan Kauskas gets the layup. Another steal, Josh Smith-White out, and he throws it down. London Stars really getting it going here early on, tied up already. 4.5 minutes played.
It's very sloppy passes from Solent, giving possession back to London Stars. Not quite used to seeing that.
No, I know, as Elliot Dads gets open there for the layup. It's going to be difficult. Their defensive pressure looks really, really good early on here for the Stars. Just trying to put Kestrels off, really forcing Gerapi to keep turning corners. But it's going to be a tough one. Martin gets blocked there by Ash Briggs, looking to get downhill through the double team.
That's what you want to see, though, from your big man in the centre, not allowing any easy layups.
Yeah, that's their job, protect the paint, protect the hoop. And that's what Ash Briggs has just done there brilliantly. It's going to be a tough matchup for him with Ryan Martin being as experienced as he is. You can see already he's already hit a three, he's capable of shooting the ball from beyond. But Briggs doing a good job of guarding that paint well. They're going to set up a baseline out of bounds. His Dads has switched on to Martin. Don't look for him. Going to come and set the pick and roll here on the wing. And swung to number 5. And Nwankwo. Edwards from deep. Off left. And out of bounds. It's going to be a Kestrels ball.
Trying to replicate someone a bit like Steph Curry there. Very optimistic shot.
It's deep range. I mean, if he's confident in shooting that like that, I know it was late on in the shot clock, but he may be a guy to look for late shot clock shots. As Brandon's going to catch here on the 3-point line. Look to find Dads on the cut. Two Stars players take each other out. And Briggs misses the layup, grabs his own offensive rebound.
Almost looked like a pass to himself there off the glass.
It was indeed. Another offensive rebound for Ash Briggs. He backs down and Nwankwo goes to work. And
gets the foul.
Gets the foul. I think he's a little bit disappointed with himself there. Maybe feels like he could have finished that one.
A couple of missed opportunities there for Ash Briggs.
He stuck with it though, kept battling on the boards.
That's the next best thing you can do if you miss the basket. As long as you get another go, that's all you can really ask for.
Yeah, can't really complain. So he misses the first. And Kestrels going to look to sub in Will Taylor. I can imagine that'll be for Ash Briggs with Ilias Taiwo as well. If he makes this one here. And that's short. It's off for Briggs. The Stars have set up an offence for themselves.
So the last time the Kestrels were here, we saw Briggs and Taylor get swapped around a lot in order to stop Linton Hodges, the 7-foot centre, try and get going. But they managed to do a good job of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough finish there from Ryan Martin. Linton Hodges was a massive, it was a great matchup for those two. I mean, Briggs with experience, big bodies, both really big guys. Nice matchup between those two. And Will Taylor kind of growing as a junior at Itchin, but already averaging, I think, 9 points, 9 rebounds as Brandon gets the floater to go. But Will Taylor's a massive asset for Kestrels to bring off the bench after Briggs has worked his socks off for the first 7 minutes. Martin 9-3, that's off. And to bring Will Taylor off the bench and get those scores, I think there's a foul called there on Smith-White. Stars don't look very happy with that. I think they might have missed a couple of calls up this end, but yeah, Taylor really came into himself at the Rebels away game in the Cup. Had a great game with a couple of guys in foul trouble.
It's already 4 Stars on the board for fouls. Only one apiece, but still, that is half their travelling squad.
Yeah, it can quickly ramp up, to be fair. It can very quickly ramp up. I mean, one foul can very quickly become 2. Got to be careful not to pick up too early in the first quarter, otherwise it might be a spell on the bench for that person. So he's going to shoot the second free throw. And he misses.
Gets a very unfriendly bounce there.
Yeah, no, yeah. As Kestrels are going to sit into a zone here. Smith-White going to step to the side, put Dads in the air and miss. It's going to be a foul there. I think it may be a defensive foul on the Kestrels. Foul on, I think it might have been number 9. Yeah, Brandon called for the push there.
And you see Taiwo coming in for Hughes. Taiwo hasn't had the best starts to his second Solent career in terms of point scoring, but as you mentioned earlier, had a fantastic game last time around.
Yeah, that was dynamite there for me. He's been waiting for one of those games all year round, and finally to get one of them, I think that would have made him very happy. As Brandon's going to line up a 3, just off as Taylor. There you go. There's that impact that I'm saying about that. That offensive rebounding is excellent for the Kestrels. He looks to post up, Smith-White, go to work, and his touch around the rim normally is pretty good, but turns the ball over there. And Martin's going to dribble the ball up. And I'll go isolation on Taylor. Nice defensive play there from Kestrels. So they're in that good finish there from Will Taylor. They're in that zone for that possession before and quite quickly switched up into the man defence. Gerapi gets the steal, lines it up,
and
bang.
the 3 off a glass, in fact.
High Gerapi's reaction there. I don't know if he's called bang, but a 3's a 3. That gets himself going for beyond the arc. And Star's going to call a timeout there, 21-16. It's going to be 24-16 lead even, sorry, for the Kestrels with 2.5 minutes left to play. What do you think so far, Josh? Very quick-paced game, isn't it?
Very. We're used to seeing Solent at least start off quite fast and try and race into a lead. Interesting to see what they're being matched now by the Stars, pace to pace. Yes, Solent have stretched out a very slender lead in this league. An 8-point lead is nothing really. But I think those 5 seconds there will give the Kestrels a lot of hope. A fantastic steal, tiptoeing the line to make sure he didn't go out of bounds. And then you can call it fortunate, you can call it skillful. We'll go for skillful for that 3 from Gerapi, and I think that will give a lot of confidence to him especially, because he struggled a little bit of inconsistency.
Yeah, it definitely has the last few weeks. I mean, that was his first shot of the game. He's going to be happy. He's 1 for 1 so far now today. But Russ is a guy that relies heavily on all in motion. I mean, his mid-range jump shots are a thing of beauty sometimes in just rising up, and no one can. He's a small guard, but no one can really guard that mid-range jump shot when he gets up. High release, and we saw there from the three wide open. And like you said, we'll call it skill, but banks in the three from the corner.
What I have noticed so far in the first quarter is Solent are reading the plays from the Stars. You saw there from Ruskaripa getting in. Lisa Brandon managed to tip a pass. And they're slowly starting to get to terms with the playbook of the Stars, starting to read where the next pass is going.
Yeah, they're warming into it. I mean, Matt and Jack will do that all week. They'll watch Stars games if they're available to watch and catch up on what they're going to run here and there. It's Garapy, great defence, but Trav Edwards gets three and misses the layup. Finds Taiwo, we all know what can happen there. And Taiwo throws it down. And a steal from Taiwo.
Again. No, he didn't quite get the momentum.
Brandon in the corner.
For the three. Gets it.
That is a dagger there from Issa Brandon. I mean, a quick 5-point swing there for the Kestrels. That can be the turn of a game sometimes. A dunk and a three really gets the crowd on their feet.
Ilias Taiwo is renowned for highlight plays. Always someone to get the picture that goes on the back of the paper, but Issa Brandon there, making sure that he's not forgotten either.
Definitely, Brandon will never be forgotten. I mean, his scoring impetus is huge all week. Interesting, no foul called there. Taiwo catches in the corner. It's just brilliant offense there from the Kestrels. And the three is missed there from the corner from Dads, but Taiwo battling for the offensive rebound there. His birthday boy, Sean Mulhern, is going to come into the game alongside Asa Aziz. Get some subs in here, get some rest for Brandon and Garapy early on. I'm sure we'll see them pretty soon.
Yes, it's not often they're off the court, and if it is, it's not for long. It's a nice finish there from Taylor.
Yeah, brilliant finish. I mean, that play is straight out of the playbook. I mean, they're going to find that one. There's a screen set across for Taylor to come off that low block and just go around and get that one off the inbounds. I know we ran that quite a lot here with Ben Stanley here last year. Swift gets downhill, Taiwo looking to box out Martin, and Martin just throws it out of bounds.
Maybe slightly annoyed at the cheerleaders there, trying to put them off and trying to take a bit of anger out of them.
It's going to be a Stars ball there as referee Del Perkins sees that as coming off Dad's hand, but I mean, I'm not quite so sure about that, as Martin's going to isolate.
And then he seemingly steps out of bounds, which the London Stars are very confused about. Not happy with that call at all.
No, coach isn't happy with that. I mean, that's not an error you want to be making when the team is, you were within 8 points, like you said, in that timeout that you took, and now you're down 15 as Aziz gets downhill through the contact. No foul called, and Taylor on the offensive glass, blocked. Taiwo on the offensive glass. Taylor on the offensive glass. Kestrels really battling there. But it's going to be a Stars ball in the end there. It's a lot of offensive rebounds here for the Kestrels in the first half.
Yes, can't convert the second, third and fourth chance points. Just 10 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Martin shoots a step back.
The
Kestrels going to get a shot here. 4 seconds on the clock. Dad's downhill. And finishes and
with the and one.
That is a perfect end that the Kestrels will want to that first quarter. 0.8 left on the clock. And Dad's going to shoot free throws.
Now leading by more than double the Stars score. It's always a nice statistic to have.
That's a simple swing there for the Kestrels. I mean, Stars taking that time out with an 8-point game, kind of looking to calm a few things down, talk a few things out in the timeout as you do. And Kestrels have come out and completely dominated, changed their defences. You've seen the switch up for Elliot Dads to guard Brian Martin. There's going to be a heave. That's not going to go. Elliot Dads switching on to Ryan Martin, they're big, and Elliot Dads can guard anyone 1 through 5, and that's really made an impact there for the Kestrels.
You now see the Solent Ravens come out for a miniature performance. A little preview of what they'll perform at half-time. But first quarter is over. Kestrels 34, Stars 16. Not too much surprise in that Issa Brandon is the top scorer so far with 12, the only man in double digits so far. But the points have been shared around on both teams. White, Martin, Edwards and Sajankauskas on the board for the Stars, who started off quite well.
Yeah, Stars had a great start to the game. I mean, they clearly knew that they were going to try and disrupt Kestrels' offences, and I think they've struggled with that the last few minutes of that quarter. We went into the timeout and the score was 21 to, I think it was 21 to 13 with 3 minutes left in the quarter, and they've come out, Kestrels have scored 13 points in that last 3 minutes, and I think Stars may have lacked off that defensive energy and that defensive kind of prowess that they were looking to disturb the Kestrels with. But I'm sure that's going to be what's talked about now in this quarter time, and I'm sure anything that Stars throw at the Kestrels, Matt Gardner's going to have a alternative for the Kestrels to come at that with. It's going to be a battle of the coaches, I reckon, for this quarter. See if Stars can get back involved, or if the Kestrels stretch that lead out.
Stars haven't utilised their bench a lot so far, whereas Kestrels have been very free with their use of bringing in players, making sure there's almost a constant rotation of players, people getting rest, people coming in, trying to change the dynamic of the game. So perhaps we will see a few more unfamiliar faces so far today from the London Stars.
Yeah, well, it's a short rotation, and it's unfortunate sometimes when you see teams turn up and they've only got 7-8 guys. Stars coming with 9 today. It's always going to be tough. I mean, any foul trouble early, you see in Runquo's already got 2 fouls there, and it already means that that's going to have to be someone that's going to convert to a bench player coming in. As we get underway here for the second quarter.
Issa Brandon has returned to the court.
That was always going to happen there as they find Sadanyankas in the corner. That's an air ball there, and Brandon picks up the rebound.
As the birthday boy races forwards. And one dunk.
That's a great find there from Sean Mulhern, finding the cutting Ilias Taiwo. Sometimes Illy cuts almost too quickly and he outruns the ball, but that one there was perfect. Getting that and one there at the hoop, and that foul's going to be called for the second foul on Ogonyodi, as they're going to make a change here. And sub Kuzminkas in for the first time today, after Taiwo makes his and one free throw.
Another element of this game, he's definitely improved in recent weeks. The free throw, Ilias Taiwo, definitely struggled when he first came back to the squad, but clearly worked on it in practice, and it's paying dividends.
Yeah, Kestrels as a whole have struggled from the free throw line the first half of the season, but that second half of the season it looks like it's really improved. I know they're looking to get to the line quite often, and if you're going to look to get to the line often, you've got to be able to shoot the ball well at the hoop, at the free throw line. As Martin's going to let's go one-on-one, use the screen there, find Kuzminskas, who finds Martin in the corner for 3. That's off left. Brandon rises and soars up for the rebound. Mulhern battles. And a good ball movement there for the Kestrels, as Taylor's going to finish at the hoop quite nicely.
Nice gentle finger roll there. Just load the ball up.
Yeah, okay. You're seeing that bench impact that gets touched on quite a lot with the Kestrels. Taiwo and Taylor bringing the intensity off the bench as they're going to battle for an offensive rebound. Brandon finds Taiwo with a round the back pass, and that's dunk number 3 for Ilias Taiwo.
Not wasting any time in setting the tone today.
These guys are here to play. They know what's on the line these last few games. That Division 1 promotion is on the line, and they're playing hard as Martin drains the 3.
Stars taking a lot of perimeter shots in this second quarter. It's the first one to actually land, but not afraid of taking those.
They're settling very early, aren't they? Martin's already shot 2 for 7, and I mean, they're low percentage looks, so it may not be what Kestrels want to, it may be what Kestrels want to give to them. I mean, they're shooting 2 for 14 now from 3. And you look at the scoreline, it's 41 to 19, so it definitely makes a difference. Kestrel shooting 50% from 3, so it does make a difference when you force teams into the shots you want to give them. down. Foyle Malloy's checked into the game for the first time. But Taiwo's going to take a rest.
A well-deserved one, we might add. He's definitely had an impact on the game, to say the least.
Definitely. Definitely. Taiwo's really really got himself going this first and second quarter here. But yeah, well-earned rest for Ilias.
It's a placement down for Malloy. A very different kind of player. Not one to usually go on the offensive, a much more defensive-minded player.
Oh, 100%. Dan's a brilliant defender, brilliant defensive guard. And he just plays his role brilliantly as Taylor there. Finger roll! And the finish. As Travis Edwards is not happy with the call here, following referee Del Perkins down the court. Smith White gets downhill. That's off. Foul called. Martin misses the layup, but is going to be going to the free throw line for 2 shots.
His opportunity to become the second player to reach double digits for points today. Trying to follow Brandon.
Briggs is going to check into the game here for Taylor, who just picked up that. Oh, no, that foul was on. Put that on the wrong side. It's going to be on Foyle Malloy. Not Josh Smith-White, which is what they've put on the board.
And there you see the correction coming in now. So it's a very quick shot there. Caught even me a little bit off guard there, when I was watching it. Very quick release, and unfortunately it doesn't come off for him.
He is... I'd say it's unorthodox. I mean, a lot of guys will dribble the ball at the free throw line, but he's a no dribble guy at the free throw line. They're going to set up in a zone here. I think it's a little bit of a 2-3. As Foyle Malloy's going to come to the high post, find Mulhern in the corner. It's front rim. Stars are going to get out on the break, and Brandon's going to find there. Cut that one off. Split the gap. And missed the layout. That's very unlucky for Brandon there. We very rarely see that, as Aziz is going to look to go one-on-one onto Jankauskas. Find Briggs in the post. And we'll play off that. And an easy pass there for
Doesn't miss that one.
Finish at the rim. They make it look so simple sometimes. It almost is just easy basketball for Kestrels to play.
Mustn't ignore the shot clock there, was ticking right down to the final second. But yet no hint of panic there. They were just waiting for the opportunity.
Never is amongst this Kestrels team. They may even go over the shot clock, and still there'd be no panic.
Dan for Malloy gets his second foul of the game.
Substitution there. Nwankwo is going to come in for Kuzminskas. As Travis Edwards is at the line. First one misses. Travis Edwards with just 2 points on the board so far today. And that's a man averaging 15 points per game this year. So we look to up his scoring slightly as he makes that second one. And we talk about that battle for the top spot in the Division 2 South table. Milton Keynes Breakers 105 to 53 leaders with 4 minutes left against Greenwich Titans.
All seems like it's going to go down to that final showdown here at the Solent Sport Complex.
I tell you what, Josh, it 100% is going to go down to that game at the end of the year. Foul by Issa Brandon there with the push. It's a tale of 2 different seasons, I think. Kestrels are dominant, but they don't always show it in their score lines. I mean, there's games where they'll win only by 20, but guys like Issa Brandon and Elliot Dowds will play 20, 25 minutes. I don't think, and I will double check it, I don't think there is a Kestrels player that averages over 30 minutes a game. And that just shows the impact of the Kestrels team that can constantly play. All 11, 12 guys can come onto the court and they're able to play. Whereas I know Milton's Keynes are going to blow teams out. They're going to play people like Nate Robinson 30, 40 minutes. Jordan Spencer's going to play 38, 40 minutes a game for those guys. But yeah, no, and that's the highest minutes leader here for Kestrels with 29.3. And that just shows that they're able to share the ball around, constantly get those wins with a long rotation as Martin gets down here with those long strides. Floater goes up and in, and the scoreline sits at 47-23.
That last Solent bucket perfectly demonstrating that ability to move the ball around. It was about 5 passes in the space of a metre in a little triangle action.
Yeah, definitely. It's really hard to zone against Kestrels, and Stars are doing an okay job. I mean, Matt Guyman's going to take a time out here, I think. It's really hard to zone the Kestrels because they cut and they pass brilliantly, as Travis Edwards is going to get downhill and go to the line for 2. Yeah, Kestrel's going to take a time out here. With Gerapi getting his 2nd foul of the game.
6 fouls for each teams.
Yeah, it's quite evenly matched. I think the referees have definitely let a few go on both ends of the court, but you can't complain as long as it's even, I suppose. But yeah, close game so far. It's a good intensity, and Kestrels will look to keep kind of bridging that lead. It's at 24 so far already, so yeah, keep pushing that out.
See the difference in the two coaches. Matt Guyman just taking a very casual seat. Whereas was it London Stars, their coach, on his knee, a bit more animated.
I mean, it's kind of the tale of the game, isn't it? Kestrels up 24 already. Matt Guyman able to take a bit more of a, not a late, I won't say laid back approach, because his timeouts are very concise. You know, they all know what's going to happen. They'll come out of this timeout and they know exactly what they're going to do. And the Stars coach kind of getting himself involved, trying to get his guys going, trying to get that scoring back. They scored the ball really well early on. It was 14-14 after 5 or 6 minutes. And then since then they've only scored another 9 points. So it's just a case of whether they can get themselves going again, as they did at the first half.
That's what a lot of teams find when they come here. You can go toe-to-toe for a little bit, but to consistently match the Kestrels for scoring is a very, very difficult thing to do.
It's a really tough ask, because Kestrels are going to bring Joe Lloyd in here for the first time today. But it's a really tough ask. I mean, you go from Kestrels starting 5 to bringing Mulhern, Aziz, Taylor, Joe Lloyd, Ilias Taiwo, Danforth Malloy off the bench, and these 5 can do exactly what the first 5 have done, and it's a really good thing to watch for the Kestrels so far this season. As we're going to see Edwards' 2 free throws now.
Makes the first. Puts him on 3. Not the number he would have hoped to have been on at this point in the game.
Like I said earlier on, averaging 15 points a game is Edwards as he knocks down the second one.
Joe Lloyd's on the court. Goes to the 3.
This is exactly why he's on the court. That'll be why he has been brought in. Not just to spot up, but he stretches that defence out as Gerapi drops down that floater.
I think it should be acknowledged at the very least. Joe Lloyd has already played in a game today. He played in the under-18s Itchen College game and played the entire game, and he still managed 2 hours later to turn up and kit up for the Solent Kestrels senior side. That's dedication.
That's a good finish there from Nwankwo. Yeah, Joe Lloyd will play a lot of minutes all week. I know Itchen College games are really ramping up towards the end of the season. They had 2 this week, an 18s game earlier on, and then this here today. I mean, these guys are conditioned to be able to play 3-4 games a week, so it's nothing out of the ordinary for them.
I'm sure he'd be very happy with it, especially when you're quite young, coming into the senior side. You just want as many minutes as possible, the opportunity to show off what you can do.
Most definitely.
He obviously missed his first attempt, but the spacing was great, the presence of mind to know where to be, and that's just what you've got to demonstrate.
I'm not really sure who that foul was called on there. I think it was called on number 9, but they put it on the board on... They haven't put it on the board, actually. Nothing's gone on the board. Smith-White lines a 3 out, that's off. Hughes putting the rebound down. Dad looks to break, finds Lloyd, sets his feet, and
Gets it. He gave you a 3-1 the first time, but you don't learn the lesson.
That's not a man you can leave wide open on the 3-point line, I'll tell you that much. Edwards looks to go downhill on Gerapi. And Wankwo from the corner, slightly long. Martin rebound, looks to back down Briggs. That's going to be a foul on Ash Briggs.
That's Greepy, very lucky there not to be sent sprawling to the floor. Just about managed to catch his balance before that shot came in. Could have done a lot of damage there, as we saw in the women's game last week. Unfortunately, the visitors dislocated her knee.
Yeah, that was a nasty one there. It was kind of getting towards the end of the game. It was a good game, really good game between the two teams, and just an unfortunate injury there to finish that one off.
Fingers crossed we see nothing like that today.
Martin's going to knock down the second free throw. Moves him on to a game equaled 14 points. That's there's his foul getting added onto the board there. Gerapi rises up mid-range, gets his own kind of offensive rebound.
I think Dads we can get back to him.
Another offensive rebound. Elliot Dads striding through the lane and finishes. High scoring for the first half here from the Kestrels, 56 points. Martin downhill. Euro, no good.
Again, loose pass, something the Kestrels showed in the first quarter. Got rid of it a little bit, but they start to creep back in. They're just giving these possessions away to the London Stars.
Yeah, throwing a few turnovers there as Burgess gives away a cheap foul for Zajankauskas to shoot at the line.
Tyro turns to the court.
Going to come in for Ash Briggs, just going on to 2 fouls there. It's a shame here because Kestrels have got four guys on 2 fouls. It's not like Stars are, which is a little bit spaced out. It's 4 key guys that are starting to get in foul trouble, which isn't the best situation. But like I've said, Kestrels have got that rotation to be able to bring guys in and keep playing these roles. Hughes in the low post finds Dads. Blows the layup there from Elliot Dads. Travis Edwards is going to get out on the break through the traffic and finish, and 1, 2 fouls and finishes here for London Stars quickly in succession.
So the momentum is turning, the tide is going against the South Coast side.
That's 3 on Russ Gerapi there.
Asa Aziz. It's going to score 4, Garipi. Bit of protection there from Matt Guyman.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if a guy gets on 3 fouls in the first half, that's definitely going to go to the bench. It's tough to kind of leave someone in with 3 fouls in the first half, because one more foul and it can really become a difficult situation. As Edwards knocks down the and-one. Score now at 56-35, 21 point game now even.
Suddenly, Solent not making their shots, looking a little bit harried.
Martin to the hoop, doesn't finish.
Not happy with the ref.
I'm happy with that one. Taiwo, someone put it up. Lloyd for 3. Ah, it's off.
And then Hughes sends it out of bounds, trying to get a rebound.
Someone's just got to go up there at the hoop.
Martin still shaking his head at the missed call earlier. I'm trying to say the call he thinks that was missed.
I'd agree it was a missed call, I think. Martin turns and sees the defence of Dads. Dads in front. Hughes steal. Matt Hughes gets out.
Oh, and the steal
swatted
comes
away
back
there from Ryan Martin. Good defensive intensity there from Ryan Martin to get back and stop the easy score. He's played every minute of the game so far. It's the London Stars' biggest scoring threat here today. Dads catches in the high post, finds Joe Lloyd, finds Aziz, puts up the 3. That's off, another offensive rebound.
A very nice
Lloyd.
pass to Taiwo, in fact.
Just off left from Joe Lloyd. It's Edwards downhill again. Great defence from Elliot Dads. Out of bounds. And a timeout called by the London Stars.
Fortunately for the London Stars, there's not much they can do except hope that whatever game plan they have works in double time to make sure there's not still a 20-point lead going into the half-time break.
Yeah, a minute and a little bit left in this first half. Very high-scoring game. I think Kestrels don't seem to ship this many points in first half, so Stars definitely got their offensive flow going. It's just the defence that's maybe letting them down ever so slightly. Kestrels scoring 56 points in this first half already, and that's with the scoring slowing down ever so slightly in the last few minutes.
I do have to admit, the scoring from a crowd isn't anywhere near as successful as the two teams as they try and throw the pom-poms through the cheerleaders' arms. I guess there's a reason they're in the bleachers.
Yeah.
And the players are on the court. So it's a sellout crowd here.
It's a massive crowd today. I think with the league really heating up and the chance of promotion, it draws the crowd in, and I think Kestrels are doing a really good job this year of being a really good community club and getting the fans in, week out. I said earlier on that Milton Keynes game sold out within 2 hours, and you won't get a ticket for that now, so that'll be a case of, if you haven't got a ticket, make sure you stream in on the Basketball England YouTube channel to watch that. It'll be a game. It won't be a game to miss. Two big teams, both deservedly needing to be in Division 1. Kestrels admittedly could still be in there, but taking the decision to come down to D2 to make sure that development goes in the right way. And Milton Keynes building their club up from that Division 3 dominancy. And even so, their Division 2 dominancy is the lob to Taiwo for the layup. It's clearly drawn up there for the zone play, with Mulhern coming and setting that inside pick for Aziz just to get straight downhill.
It's hard enough to defend someone on the ground, but when he's flying through the air, it becomes almost impossible. Especially when he can fly so high as Ilias Taiwo.
That man has got the most crazy vertical I've ever seen in my life. His dad's going to look out to break here. Lloyd in transition. Finishes at the hoop. Great finish there from Joe Lloyd, the junior, with the under-18s and Itchen College getting his scoring going in this first half. That's 5 points for Joe Lloyd. Kestrels sharing the ball brilliantly here in the first half. Finds Zajankauskas in the corner for 3.
Gets the 3.
Timeout. It's a clever timeout there from Matt Guyman. 18.4 seconds left on the clock, looking to definitely get a good shot here for the last shot of the half.
It's always nice when you can control the end of the clock, make sure the half ends on your terms.
Yeah, definitely. And Coach Guyman's brilliant at that. I mean, his awareness there, if they get a score, call a quick timeout with less than a shot clock to go, hold for the last possession, hold for the last shot, and hopefully get a basket.
Again, both teams just patiently listening. There's not so much outburst that we have seen from other coaches Ipswich, Cardiff spring to mind as coaches that perhaps aren't so afraid to demonstrate their emotions quite passionately on the side of the court.
Yeah, it's about how your team receives the criticism, and it's about how your team receives actually what the coach wants to say. If it's a team that maybe don't take harsh criticism well, they take constructive better, then this may be the way to go about it. But some teams react well to a bit of argy-bargy and a bit of shouting. But no, Coach Guyman's very composed, and clearly the London Stars coach here today is very composed as well. As we're going to come out here for these last 18 seconds of the shot of the clock for the second quarter. It's going to be a Kestrels ball on the end line, and there's going to be no shot clock. So it's these 18.4 seconds, and then we'll be taking a break.
During which, of course, the Solent Raven cheerleaders will be performing their usual half-time show. So they recently came back from the National Championships up in Manchester. Varying success with their different squads and stuff. They were national champions, in fact, in the hip-hop squad, so make sure to stick around for that. The season was leaves the ball behind him.
Make a bit of a waste of that one there. It looked like it was going in the right direction when Joe Lloyd caught that back cut, but no, well, Taiwo Cutting not quite able to get it over to him. And it's going to be a Stars ball, 6.3 seconds left in the quarter as Martin's going to catch on the turn. Edwards looking to get downhill, 4 seconds on the clock, all the way to that, and loses the dribble. 0.6 seconds left on the clock, and it's going to be a heave here for the Kestrels, I can imagine.
Something Assos is so good at.
Dads gets it off in time, almost takes out Kai Johnson under the hoop. And that one's off. That's going to be the end of the first half. Josh, thoughts?
I think it's a tale that we've seen a lot of times here in the Solent Sports Complex. The Kestrels, perhaps not necessarily the start they were expecting, being matched like for like, but definitely as time wore on, so did the persistence from the Kestrels, and slowly the Stars' defence started to show some gaps, especially in that at the end of the first quarter, start of the second. They did come back into it, but it does look like the Kestrels are starting to assert their dominance with little argument from the Stars.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Stars came out with that physicality to try and match the Kestrels early on. And it worked for that first 5-6 minutes, but then Kestrels really got in their swing of things, got into their groove. And now you can see it's a 22-point game at half-time, and we'll see how that either stretches out in the second half, or whether it can be kind of condensed back towards a single-digit lead.
So you've also got to remember that this much smaller squad of the Stars will have to compete for just as long as the Kestrels, but they're going to have to share a lot more of the workload between themselves. Kestrels do have more men to bring off, they can give more rest to their key players. You mentioned Martin, barely missed any minutes of that first half.
I think if I'm not wrong, he's played every single minute so far. Yeah, 20 minutes, got 13 points on the board, shooting 30%, but 5 offensive rebounds, 9 rebounds total. I mean, it's a big thing for him to be in the game when he can be, with his experience, to try and get them going.
But the more you play, the more you tire. And is it going to end up catching the London Stars out in that fourth quarter? Are they going to have emptied the fuel tank a bit too early?
Yeah, we'll see. But we're going to leave you here with the Solent Ravens performance for the half-time. And we'll be back in 12 and a little bit minutes.
Okay, here we go. Solent Ravens. fantastic performance, and thank you very much to them. Okay, so we're in the half-time break. We've got a free throw competition coming up. That'll be at the basket by the entrance. Okay, so if you have a ticket for the free throw competition, you need to make your way down to the free throw line by the entrance. Where I'm stood with the mic in the bag. I thought we had a few people that got tickets for the free throw competition. There we go, okay, here's the first. I think we've got 6 people, so still waiting for 5 more. Oh right, okay, it's got 3 goes, right, okay, I understand now. Right, okie dokie, here we go. There's one, sorry, I didn't get your name, what's your name? Harrison, okay, let's go Harrison. Unlucky on the first one. Yeah. Oh, Dave, rebound, box that. Okay, so, hang on a second, what have we got? What's your name? Bala, okay, come on then. See what you got. Oh, good form. I didn't know you called glass though. That's it, you go to the back of the queue. Ozzy, come on Ozzy. Ooh, unlucky Ozzy. Okay, who have we got here? Jack, okay, come on in Jack. Unlucky, unlucky, unlucky. Okay, who have we got here? Ted, okay, let's go Ted. Oh, the line was really good, okay. Oh, hang on, we got a latecomer. Who have we got? He looks familiar. Liam. I wonder if you shoot like your dad. Almost. You shoot free throws like your dad, that's for sure. Oh, unlucky, in and out. Okay, so we're back to the 2 survivors who made it. Let's go. Woo! Strings it. Oh, no pressure. Oh, shouldn't have done this one to win it. Oh, go again, we need to have a winner. Unlucky. This one to win it. Oh, swing it, Bala, congratulations, you're the winner today. Give him a big round of applause. as the title race heats up as we come down towards the end of the season. Kestrels, of course, very much in the running, undefeated so far. Milton Keynes currently in second place with just the one defeat to Kestrels. Milton Keynes with a huge 111-63 win today against Greenwich Titans. Okay, we're really struggling to find a fan of the game at the moment, so the second half, you really need to get up, get yourself noticed, get up on your feet, clapping, stamping your feet, shouting for your home team, chance to win a cookie pie, something nice and sweet to take home with you. Also, to let you know that player of the game vote is now open on the Solent Kestrels app. Download it via whichever app store you use if you haven't downloaded it already. Open the app and you'll find a button there for vote for player of the game, and you can pick your player and make your vote there. That'll close about a minute before the end of the game, and the winner of that, so the winning player, also gets a cookie pie.
Matching up, which is a real good watch. But Kestrels are going to come out here with Gerapi, Briggs, Dads, Hughes and Brandon to start the third, and that's their go-to at the moment. And that's a five that they can put trust in. They can put the ball in the hoop and play some pretty good defences.
I think it's a five any coach could put trust in, if we're honest. That's the only coach maybe of Milton Keynes that may decide not to include one of them, but pretty much everyone else is going to say yes please, thank you very much, if you offered it to him.
Definitely. We're on the way here with Kestrels running a set, looking to get a few switches. As Dads picks up the ball on the wing, finds Brandon, floater. Drops.
Very nice hook shot there.
That's an ex-BBL matchup there between Martin and Brandon. Brandon formerly playing for Plymouth Raiders and Glasgow Rocks, and Martin playing at London Lions and Surrey Scorchers, as Martin finds the cutting Sadanuskas. And Smith White on the offensive rebound, misses. Gerapi finds Hughes, finds Brandon, transition, puts the ball on the floor behind the back. Briggs mid-range, and that's butter.
It's always good when you can have a big man who can hit those mid-range, not always having to drive to the rim to get a score.
Yeah, it's nice. Briggs has knocked those down consistently this year. It's really good option for the Kestrels. As a lot of guys that are going to guard him will play quite low down on the block, and he's able to just pick the ball up, shoot the mid-range. Star's going to shoot the three, and that's off. Defensive rebound for Garrett. And they're going to look to push. A really good atmosphere in the SSC today. Near sellout, I'd say. There's Brandon battling for his own offensive rebound, no good. Martin pushes, finds Smith White straight through Dads' chest, who strips the ball. Pushes, bounce pass, Edwards picks it off.
Quite an open pass there, very telegraphed. As Edwards gets sent to the floor with the miss, but no whistle to come.
Hughes for three, off. 40% three-point shooter this season, Matt Hughes. That one's just slightly off.
His strongest attribute of long range, but he can pull it off when needed. Martin there continues his run of every single second of the game. He's been there.
Yeah, strong, physical guy. This is a battle of the mid-range bigs. This quarter so far, Briggs knocking down two and Martin knocking one down from the mid-range in that most previous possession. Downhill now, trying to go through Briggs' chest. Misses.
The foul called.
Foul's going to be called there on Ryan Martin.
And he looks very perplexed as to why.
I think either an elbow or an arm might have been thrown out in a protest, which might have caught Briggs.
I'm not sure where these referees are from, but if they're from London.
No, foul's called on Issa Brandon.
I'll take that back then. Maybe perhaps they will get a ride from Martin. He's not been their biggest fan today and had a lot of complaints about some of their calls. He wasn't happy with that initial whistle, but I'm sure that's changed now.
Martin spots up, puts the ball on the floor. Euro step, lovely Euro, misses the layup, blows the layup. Hughes out in transition, throws the ball away again. Some costly turnovers here for the Kestrels. Josh Smith-White pulls up in Elliot Dads' face for three.
Dads, I think, let his man go a little bit too far from him there and realised a bit too late. It's Brandon with the tough finish.
Great finish there from Brandon, looking for the and one. Not called that time, but the ball goes through the hoop. Deep three for Ryan Martin. That's off. Brandon, another rebound. Tempo of this game going up and up and up. Brandon misses the lay, but foul is called and goes crashing into the cheerleaders down there.
Shoot two. Substitutions, both teams.
Look at the numbers. You've got Garipi on 4 rebounds, Dads on 3, Brandon on 6, Hughes on 5. Sorry, Hughes on 6 and Briggs on 4. That's quite a lot of rebounds. We're only just into the second half. That's quite a spread there as well. No one seeming dominating, but everyone contributing to the defensive effort.
Yeah, Kestrels are rebounding the ball really, really well so far. Can't quite keep Ryan Martin off the glass. 6 offensive rebounds, 6 defensive for him, but he's the only guy apart from one other that has an offensive rebound. So they're really locking down the paint, really locking down the offensive glass. As Brandon misses the first free throw.
And he may be transported back to South Africa in 2010 there, as you've got the drums, you've got the vuvuzelas from this crowd.
Yeah, there's some London Stars fans in here today, Richie, which is good to see. It's enjoyable when there's some home and away fans. As Martin is in really early there. Smith-White mid-range, that's off. Another offensive rebound from Ryan Martin. That's his 7th of the game. Trav Edwards, corner 3. That's good. Former Thames Valley Cavalier, Travis Edwards, draining the corner 3. Breaks to the hoop. Finishes.
Gets a reverse layup there. And he's on 8. Very quietly start to rack up those scores. Not been someone to grab a highlight so far today, but it's just been working behind the scenes a little bit. There's another 3.
From Ogunyode off. Briggs with the rebound. can be stopped very easily in the half court, as you can see there, blowing by Gunyode.
A foul every day of the week and twice on Sunday there.
Unsportsmanlike foul called on Ash Briggs.
Third foul of the game for Ash Briggs.
And surprise, surprise, he goes to the bench to be replaced by Taylor.
I can understand his frustration. I think it is exactly the same thing that he's had. I mean, Ryan Martin tied him up from behind a second ago, and then that one gets called as unsportsmanlike. Very similar situation. Called for an unsportsmanlike foul, so that means Martin will go to the line and shoot free throws. Misses the first.
It's not, but we've talked a lot about Solent's upturning form at the line. He's struggled a bit, not been horrific by any means of the imagination, but definitely has left a lot of points up for grabs as he misses both of them there, over 2 on that trip to the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. Kestrels playing some good defence. I reckon Kestrels' defence has lapsed off a little bit now this first part of this half. Stars, like I said, are bringing that intensity. Still managing to score the ball the other end, but as Edwards lines up another 3, and that one's good. Edwards now moves himself on to 13 points. 3 double-digit scorers now for the Stars. Garapi for 3. That's off. Offensive rebound for Brandon. Stars singing a zone here. Garapi 3 again. Off again. Another offensive rebound. It's like we're repeating ourselves here. What are you going to get though? Finds Brandon, fade away 2. That's off.
Very, very tough shot there. We're taking a lot of luck for that to come off for Issa Brandon.
It's definitely one I've seen him drain though, to be fair to him. Smith-White for 3. That's off. Taylor rebound.
Especially in the last couple of minutes, you can see the game plan from the Stars. Spread the ball, spread the defence from Solent, and find the open man for the 3.
Foul called there on number 13, Zajankauskas of the London Stars. Be his first of the game.
Prompting slight protests from the bench of the London Stars.
Yeah, I mean, it was a touch and go one. But called a foul. Garapi's going to get the inbound, and the Stars are going to sit in a 2-3 zone. Taiwo finds the cutting Taylor. That one's off. Looking for the foul call there. Smith-White downhill. Garapi ties him up brilliantly. Jump ball, and that's going to be a Stars ball. But brilliant defensive pressure there from Garapi, getting both hands on the ball as Josh Smith-White looks to get downhill, but it's still going to be a Stars ball on the baseline.
That's something Garipi has definitely helped his game with. He might not be the highest scorer, only 7 so far today, but he will then match that effort on the defensive side and not necessarily rack up the numbers, but he puts the pressure on players. He will force those opportunities.
Yeah, Garapi's defence has improved massively throughout this year. I think this game has actually been a perfect example of it, doing a really good job of staying in front of guys, getting back on defence, stopping fast breaks early, but still being that court general, that floor general for the Kestrels on the offensive end. Taiwo, great pass to Dan, steps inside, leaves the defender in the dust, and another defender in the dust, and lays it in. Putting 2 defenders in the air there, Elliot. Dad's doing a brilliant job.
You almost needed a map there to keep track of him.
Yeah. So going to look for Ryan Martin in the post. Dad's doing a great job of guarding him. Edwards, 3, off. And that's going to be a Kestrels ball on the baseline. Battle for the rebound there. Gets tipped out by a Star. Looks like Mr. Brandon's going to take a trip to the bench. This is what I mean here. Brandon's on 3 fouls and over 18 points, but you could easily leave him in the game, keep him scoring, but it's about that opportunistic aspect of the Kestrels. Mulhern coming off the bench, Taylor being in the game, and able to rotate there, guys.
It's a lot nicer being able to make the decision as to when your player comes off the court, not being told by the referees, no, he's coming off the court. very different decision.
Great defense from Mulhern, fronting. So Jankowskis there, loops the pass over to Ryan Martin, downhill, meets Taylor and Dads as Tyro's going to get out on the break. Euro step, and
gets it.
Great finish from Ilias Tyro there, forcing the London Stars timeout. That's just showing his athleticism there.
It's just so difficult to defend against. You think you'd be able to match him at one-on-one, but he's just so fast. And then you think, oh, we've managed to match his speed, and then suddenly he shows off his jumping prowess, and he's reaching the height someone like a 7'2" player might be able to reach. And yeah, for those who don't know, Ilias Tyro is definitely not 7'2". He just jumps that high. And it's not through luck. He works very hard to make that part of his game. He structures his training regimen around it, making sure he can maintain those leaps and that height.
Yeah, I mean, there's videos of him going around. I think last year he was a rebound All-Stars dunk champion. I think he finished it off with a 2 feet East Bay through the legs dunk, and there's videos of him going around with his head above the rim. I mean, he can jump. And you've seen that in this game so far. He's got 3 dunks early on, 1 contested at the rim and can go straight over the guy. But even there, the athleticism to come off 1 foot, hop step right through the lane, and still finish with that left hand. Brilliant finish there from Ilias Tyro, as he's moved himself into double digits with 11. Almost felt like Illy was kind of doing a bit of a triple jump there, coming down the lane. All it needed was the finish in the sandpit.
Well, he's the World Indoor Championships in athletics right now, so maybe if he's free this week, they might have a spot for him.
Stars looking to start their offense. Martin backing down Dads in the post. Dads isn't going to back away from the challenge as Martin looks to go, puts the balls on the floor. Great defense by Elliot Dads.
See the threes.
Finds Jankowskis. That's short. Offensive rebound soaring in there from Nwankwo. And it's going to be a London Stars ball on the baseline.
You see the 3 coming from a mile off there, just drawing in the Solent defence, but keeping 3 men out on the perimeter. In the end, it was Jankowskis who took the opportunity but couldn't make it count.
Yeah, I mean, when they crash that hard down and there's a 3 open, you can't really pass it up as Aziz gets caught on the spin move from Edwards, but no good. And Aziz is going to push the ball, find Taylor in transition, down the lane. Lefty lay is no good. The Stars push the ball. Edwards through contact.
So just another example of Tyro's athleticism.
Yeah.
Just trying to get that block in.
Backboard. It could be called as a goaltend though here, however. I mean, that's in the rules. If the ball goes up and the ball lands on the rim, and there's interference with either the hoop, the net, or the backboard, it may well be called as a goaltend. But I think Illy might have been slightly early on the backboard and it didn't really interfere with the ball, but we'll see what the call is. Foul is on Elliot Dads, 2 shots, so no goaltending called there. I think Tyro is slightly lucky.
And of course, we saw Linton Hodges get called for a goaltend when we were last here. And that was almost just, he was so big, he just accidentally hit the net. And thankfully, Tyro doesn't necessarily have that problem. He only goes up when he wants to.
First free throw short there from Edwards. And the second one is good.
Makes the seconds.
Moves on to 14 points.
So I think Aziz has in his locker is that speed. You think perhaps he might be able to get something on the transition, and out of nowhere, the speeding red blur goes past you, and Aziz is right in your face. Tyro loses the ball there.
Great guy here for Jankowskis. Foul called on number 5, Sean Mulhern. It would be nice to get Sean Mulhern on the board here on his birthday, but unfortunately so far nothing for him. But a plus minus a positive 14. He's clearly having the impact on the court, but not in the scoring column.
Been given a few birthday bumps as well so far this game.
Yeah, definitely.
Gave one back there from himself.
Dishing them out. If he can take them, he can dish them.
Once again, only 1 from 2 from the Stars. Taylor, and 1.
Will Taylor going to the hoop there.
Gets the whistle.
Foul called on number 5 in the white quote, so that would be his 3rd foul of the game.
His 3rd of the game.
Also puts Taylor on that double-digit mark.
Yeah, you can really see that scoring impact from the bench players here. I mean, you've got Lloyd with 5, Tyler with 11, Taylor with 10. And just like that, that's 26 points off the bench for the Kestrels. And without that, it's a tie game.
And then if you look at the Stars, they've only got 5 players on the scoreboard with points. So their bench has had almost no effect. There's a very nice free there.
That's
from Martin.
That was quite a nice 1-3-1 zone they put themselves in as Taylor's going to bounce off his knee. A nice 1-3-1 zone that they set up, and it kind of come off Travis Edwards' foot and landed straight to Ryan Martin's hands. And it was a 3, but they set up in that 1-3-1 very nicely. Ilias Taiwo playing the top of it really well. You saw last season when he played the Division 1 side. We ran that 1-3-1 zone against Worthing Thunder, and they did not know what to do about it. So it's definitely a zone that not a lot of teams know how to deal with, as it's going to be out of bounds on the baseline from Ryan Martin.
It's the 2nd time he's been called for that, but I think this time it's a lot more certain as to whether he had actually infringed upon the white line.
Jumper in the mid-range is good. Great find there off the baseline drive.
Him on 20.
To run some time off the clock when the clock doesn't stop. Good defence there from Will Taylor, but the ball bounces out as Jankowskis. Floater, no good. Smith-White rebound. Blocked by Brandon. Taiwo push. Finds Brandon's ankles as Smith-White is going to get it out to Martin for the layup.
Almost looked as if he was considering the dunk there. Not sure whether to go for the highlight. Decides not to.
He was thinking about it, wasn't he? Went for the higher percentage. Aziz finds Tyro on the wing. Taylor inside. Great finish. Lovely downstream there for Sean Moran, getting Will Taylor open. 6 seconds left on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Martin and 1.
Nice way to finish the 3rd quarter for him. Still without a rest.
Replicated that 1st quarter there with Dad's and 1 at the end of the 1st. That foul's been called on 12 Ilias Taiwo. Score sitting at 80 to 57 with 0.3 left on the clock.
And he makes it.
There he goes, that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. Kestrels with a 22-point lead.
It's looking well for the Kestrels, but not over necessarily, especially when you consider Greepy, Brandon and Briggs all on 3 fouls. Suddenly take them out of the game.
Yeah, it's
10 minutes is a long time.
3 key guys there. There's 3 starters for the Kestrels team that they're in foul trouble. I mean, now you're getting into the 5th. Now you're getting into the 5th quarter. That's not even a thing. Now you're getting into the 4th quarter now. I mean, 3 fouls isn't the worst deal in the world. It's still 2 fouls to give, which is quite nice.
As we get ready for the half-time, sorry, not half-time, the third quarter to fourth quarter intermission competition.
Well, let's see if they get out there in time. They've got a minute left to do it.
Got a minute left, and
Yeah? Do we have anybody with those tickets?
they're struggling to find competitors at the moment. It's a competition that runs weekly where you have to pull on a Solent Kestrels uniform over your clothes, racing down the court, and then finish with a layup.
Okay, we need to hurry up or we're going to run out of time. 571, 573, 574.
But it seems that
Okay, yeah, come on quickly.
they found a competitor.
I think the issue was here that they were stood upstairs.
We've got 574. Okay, 571, 573.
And the clock ticking away. Perhaps this.
Come on, hurry up.
They have found another competitor. It's not going to be a win by default.
Down here, quick. Have you got the other ticket?
I'm sure the coaches won't mind this at all. It gives their players extra rest. It gives them more time to pass on instructions.
So you have to pull on the vest, pull on the shorts, and make a layup. Okay, on your marks, get set, go.
The referees are powerless against the will of the crowd. The players look on slightly confused as to what's going on their court. So you may not be able to see on your screens. The two competitors in the competition are having to put on a uniform that's the exact same size as them.
It's difficult because they're trying to shoot with the shorts around their ankles. There we go.
And he gets it in, he wins.
What's your name? I'm behind you. Ted, congratulations. Here you go. There's your mystery bag.
As Ted is named the winner.
Okay, if we can clear the court, please, thank you.
But to be fair to both competitors, they were at a disadvantage when it comes to the clothing apparel they were tasked with putting on.
There we go. We're going to get the fourth quarter underway now.
A little bit delayed, but you know, the entertainment of the crowd comes first. Stanford Malloy is back on the court. No look pass there for Garipi for the corner. Doesn't go though.
Oh, travel called there. I reckon that could have been called a foul. I thought they were going to call a foul there on Garipi, but
Did look like a reach-in foul.
Aziz looking at the moves on Josh Smith right. Hand off back to Aziz with a drag screen set for Brandon to get downhill. Turn around, jump shot. It's no good. Garipi soaring for the rebound. Brandon driving again with a dribble drive. Finds Paul Malloy in the corner. Aziz setting up, 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Finds Brandon in the corner. Foul. On the
Draws it in.
three-point shot.
Smart play from Lisa Brown.
Very clever
Draws the foul
basketball knowledge there. Knew he was running out of time.
and shoot 3 free throws.
Instead of taking a very low percentage shot, drew in the contact. Took a little rest whilst he was at it.
He's going to shoot 3 free throws for that one.
He makes the first. I can only assume that's a London Stars drum being banged.
It is indeed. It's good. It's a great atmosphere. They've got the vuvuzelas going, bits and pieces like that. It's really good to see with a bit of atmosphere being brought into the arena.
3 from 3.
That's a rarity, I'll tell you that. If people get 3 free throws, it's actually quite rare. Composure to make all 3. As Edwards looks to go past Garipi. Looks to use the screen there. That's what I'm saying about Garipi's defence. It's really improved defence here this year from Lascarpe. Look to post up on Will Taylor with Martin in the post. Backs him down. Finds Edwards. Pump fake. Goes downhill. Finds the cutting Smith White. That's 2 points for the London Stars. Great ball movement there from the Stars.
So play we haven't seen a lot from the Stars so far today. They haven't really done those little cuts inside. They've like tended to stay on the perimeter.
It's been a lot of one-on-one basketball, hasn't it, for the Stars?
Interesting to see if they're just changing it up. Whether they've changed it up too late, well, that's what the next 8 minutes will show us, but different style.
Brandon Euro step finish. Great finish there, just stepping Sergeant Kauskas to the side.
Puts him on 25 and puts him above his season average.
Yeah, Brandon averaging some really good numbers this year. I mean, he's up there in the top percentiles for scoring and rebounding in the league with 21 points, 21.5 points a game and 9.6 rebounds. Smith White looks to bank the three and no good. For Malloy getting out, throwing the lob to Brandon.
There it goes.
That is that Plymouth City Patriot and Plymouth Raiders connection there with Dan For Malloy training with Brandon down in Plymouth as he was down at uni. Those two I know have got a really good connection. You can see it brilliantly there, forcing the timeout for the London Stars. It's those big, exciting plays that kind of take the game away from teams.
Everyone focuses on Ilias Tyro's demand to catch those lobs, but never ever forget about Issa Brandon. He has got those jumps too.
Yeah, very athletic, and he uses his body really well, even down the lane and bits and pieces like that, but that's just pure athleticism to get up and catch that and throw it down.
So, timeout, just giving a little bit of rest, as I'm sure Issa Brandon will just need a breather after that. Might have got the heart pumping just a little bit. Now you see the Matt Guyman just looking even more animated. The time's on his side, the scoreboard's on his side, and yet he's looking more animated than he has throughout the entire game.
I mean, I think Kestrels have really let up sometime a little bit on the defensive end this second half. Stars scoring 60, the third quarter was levelled on 20, but he wants the best out of his players, and I think he gets the best out of them the whole way through. He knows how to judge it the whole game round. So we're going to get underway here with the Stars.
So Edwards now smiling another three.
That's off. He is shooting a mere 3 for 10 from 3 this year. As the foul is called on number 4, Asa Aziz. Martin, Smith, White and Edwards have put up a combined 61 shots. I think that's terrible maths, it's not right at all. But they've put up the majority of their shots. They've shot 66 shots as a team, and together they've shot over 50 shots. So those guys are clearly who they're looking for as they come down the court. Taylor. He's gone downhill, blocked by Ryan Martin. Martin says no there.
Very excessive block there, I feel. One for the cameras, one for the show reel.
Aziz running the inbound play. And out of bounds off Josh Smith White's hand.
Especially when you consider Aziz, one of the smaller players on the court, if not the smallest.
Get to the hoop. Martin in and out. In and out move. Will Taylor doing a great job there.
Nice pass. It's just beyond the
was
arms.
asking him to do, and he'd done it, and then he gets the score. Brandon, crossover, downhill, takes the contact, blocked as well.
This time the whistle goes. Martin drawing in the foul.
Foul called on Will Taylor there. I think he just reached across him. Elliot Dad's coming back into the game here. I think for a little bit of composure for the Kestrels side, kind of slow things down, make sure we get to the final buzzer with no cuts and bruises. 23-point game currently for the Kestrels' favour, 87-64. Behind the back move from Martin, finds Edwards. Looks to put a crossover on Gerapy. Gerapy stays in front. Taylor. Double team, centre one line. Done well by Malloy. Fading three.
Wild three there.
It's no good. Taylor. Great defence from Edwards.
Just manages to sneak a hand in there. Knocked the ball loose. I think it is important to highlight just how many minutes have been played by the players on the court for the Stars. They're not letting fatigue set in yet, at least.
I mean, Josh Smith-White and Ryan Martin have both played every single minute of this game so far, and Edwards has only missed one. So these guys are key for this team to look to get a result here. I mean, it's not looking like it's going to go their way as Martin looks for the crossovers on Brandon. Not really going anywhere at this moment in time. Finds Sadanyakis, kicks to Edwards, contested three. That's 2 air balls in a row there for Travis Edwards. As they find the leaking Taylor. Don't really know how that's not called as a foul. Blocked there on the dunk attempt. I thought that looked like it was on the arm, but Stars are going to go the other way.
I'm not happy about it at all. The 2 easy buckets missed. And one.
Foul called there on Issa Brandon with a block. With a blocking foul from behind.
That's his 4th foul.
Doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense, but that's 4 fouls, like you said, for Issa Brandon.
Being kept on the court.
I think he'll want to hit the 30 mark. Will Brandon.
And the and one converted.
20-point game here with 5.5 left. We've seen stranger things happen, but we'll see how this one pans out. Brandon looking to go downhill on Smith-White, spins, goes to the hoop. That is a
very tough finish
from Issa Brandon.
Fortuitous there with the spin of the ball, just to go over the right side of the rim.
Yeah, catching the ball out of the basket there is interesting. I know guys that have been fouled out of the game there, or thrown technicals for catching the ball out of the hoop. Kai Walker being one of those, the D2 final up in Manchester a few years ago. Unsportsmanlike foul called there on Ryan Martin for the wraparound. Kai Walker ejected from a final for the ball pretty much landing in his lap. It seemed a bit crazy at the time, but I've seen. You see them technicals thrown around for catching the ball out of the hoop. Brandon did there, but didn't quite get called for it. As he's going to shoot the free throw for his 30-point game.
Of course, we've only seen 1 ejection so far this season at the Solent Sports Complex against Cardiff. That was for a particularly passionate outburst from one of the Cardiff players. Less for being fouled out, more just taking it a little bit too far with the technical fouls. 2 for 2, it puts Brandon on 31.
Brandon knocks both free throws down, taking himself on to a 31-point-11 rebound double-double for himself, as Taiwo's going to come in for down for Malloy, and it's going to be a Kestrels ball in the front court because of that unsportsmanlike foul. Catches low post. Ball movement from the Kestrels here today has been really, really good, but haven't always been able to finish as Dads gets his own offensive rebound twice and just flicks that one up and in.
Oh, it seems like he's a bit stat padding there, just trying to build up his rebound numbers. before he finally converts.
Smith White for 3, that one's off. That's going to be a Kestrels ball. Brandon to the hoop. Oh, that one's off. Can't quite get that one to drop. As Edwards gets out in transition. Euro step. Off the bottom of the
I think Brandon got a bit of a touch on the ball there. Just managed to put him off.
Dance. Puts the ball on the floor. Drives middle. Great pass. Can't quite get the ball to drop there from Briggs.
Very unconventional finish from him there.
Martin with a tough take with a Euro step past Gerapi. As the game gets pushed to a 28-point lead and a timeout called by London Stars. The game going a bit back and forth here now.
Something very open. Transition coming very much to the forefront of the scores.
Transition basketball is a massive impact now at this stage of the game. It being a 28-point lead and Kestrels just eking it out ever so much further.
And as Mr. Brightside plays in the court, even the most optimistic London Stars fan would have a lot of work to try and find a way to win from here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough ask to come back with a short period of time. But I mean, they can hold their heads high. They've scored the ball very well. I think their defence after that first 5 minutes in that first quarter has kind of let themselves down ever so slightly. But no, there's been some great offensive display from Martin, Smith White and Edwards. Just maybe haven't got the other guys going quite as easy as they have done for other weeks. I mean, they've scored the ball well the last few weeks, scoring 79 and 82, but keeping teams below 75. So they might pride themselves in their defence, but it hasn't been great today. Shipping 95 points with 3.5 minutes left.
At the very least, 3 men, White, Martin and Edwards. Numbers 8, 9 and 11 scored 14, 23 and 17 respectively. They've definitely stepped up to the mark tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a good display. So final 3 minutes 50 left to go here. Issa Brannan has taken a seat with his 33.12 rebound outing. And the Kestrels 5 still equally as strong.
It's not too comforting when you see Brandon go off and then Taiwo, especially in the form he's recently come into, replace him. The 3 doesn't fall. Sergeant Kauskas.
Kestrels still looking to push the pace. Briggs with the right-handed lay.
That puts him on 10. The 5th Solent player to reach double digits. Screepy goes for 4 fouls.
Yeah, I think with great defence comes with those games if you're going to pick up some touch fouls. I mean, Russ has played some pretty good defence. Had a really good all-round game today. 7 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists so far, as he's going to miss the first free throw. Edwards shooting 6 for 8, now 6 for 9 at the line. Makes the seconds, 7 for 10, shooting 70% of the line, pretty good numbers. As the birthday boy is going to return back in.
For Garipi.
Yeah, Gerapi going to take a seat there. Probably for the game with 3 minutes 20 left to play. Mulhern fouled there by Josh Smith-White. That's going to be only his 2nd foul so far, as Mulhern is going to go to the line for his first points. Well, it's not first points of the game.
Perhaps a tiny amount of frustration coming out there in Smith-White as to how the evening has gone. Of course, I don't know the travel plans from London, but A 2-hour coach ride back home after a convincing defeat isn't necessarily the best way.
It's not an enjoyable one, is it?
No.
Hughes downhill. Foul,
Gets the foul.
There.
You never know, he might decide to stay over in Southampton, enjoy the sights.
I wouldn't. I'd go back to London. There's not a lot to see down here, just some water. And a pretty good football team. Hughes on the line there, 2 free throws. First one made.
It's a 30-point lead now opened up. Can the Kestrels hit that magical triple-digit number? Won't be done here.
Free throws off. Offensive rebound. Stars coach
for
has his
three.
hands. That is not what you want to see.
It will be done here.
An offensive rebound off of a free throw, turning into an open 3. Taiwo continuing his offensive power with 14 points today, alongside 6 rebounds. That'd be 7 actually with that offensive rebound there. Dads, Mulhern, Taiwo, Mulhern, Hughes, finish.
Very quick passing there, very slick passing there. Making sure the outnumbered London Stars.
Step back 3, off left. Smith White finishing in the hoop there nicely.
It's a finish you'd expect.
Doubled, steps through it nicely there. Dad's downhill. And draws the contact from number 5 from Wankwo. That is going to be his 5th foul, and he's going to be sat down now for the rest of the game. And Joe Lloyd's going to sub into the game for the Kestrels, probably be on the shooter. That's
finishes with 5 fouls and 4 points. Not the numbers he would have wanted.
Not the conversion you want in a matchup. Dad's looking to ice the line. Second free throw with the score at 104-70. Number 12 from the Stars stepping in early, so Dad's is going to get another go at the line. Mulhern finds Taiwo, drives baseline, and thrown out of bounds.
Manages to find the drum there.
Oh, well, it's baseline referees called it Kestrels ball on a tip. And Lloyd's going to check in for Elliot Dads.
Just under 2 minutes to go again, Kestrels. 104-70 lead.
Yeah, those London Stars fans still going, still in voice, which is good. Not letting the team's performance get them down.
Shot clock goes off.
Yeah, shot clock violation there from the Kestrels. I don't think Briggs knew that it was getting that low.
Martin still on the court.
Yeah, he's still going, isn't he? Still battling. Mulhern, Taiwo.
Gets the
Great
finish.
pass there from Shaw Mulhern. The awareness just to find the cutting Ilias Taiwo. Martin sets the screen on Mulhern. Edwards looking to get downhill. Great defence there from Shaw Mulhern, but an offensive rebound for Edwards. Up and under finish, no good.
A rather hopeful point.
Kicks to Taiwo. Lloyd catches, finds Mulhern in the corner, sets his feet. There we go.
The birthday points.
Yeah. Birthday boy gets his points on the board. Touchdown pass to Edwards. and finishes. 50 seconds
Candles
left on the court.
on the cake for Mulhern.
Yeah. Stars still playing some good defence here. Edwards' pull-up three is off. And I think it's looking like a bit of an all-star game here. It's not very nice to watch, actually. No defence being played at all. Stars team kind of giving up now. It's not a game that has set a 40-point game to the Kestrels, I don't think.
It seems unfair, considering the effort put in by the London Stars. They've missed a lot of trips to the free throw line, which perhaps the Kestrels haven't, and perhaps that has shown a little bit of a disparity in the score and the actual performance. But in the end, when you lose, you lose, and when you lose to the Kestrels, it tends to be a heavy loss.
Yeah, Kestrel had a few tight ones the last few weeks, but this one's been a pretty dominant performance. I mean, penultimate game of the season at home. I mean, they've still got away trips to go, and then it's the big one. Milton Keynes at home. It's going to be a massive game for the Kestrels. Kind of decides the title, really. If both teams stay undefeated, I can't see Milton Keynes losing another game before that, and I can't imagine Kestrels will lose another game before that. So. No, it's all going to come down to that last one here at the SSC on the 23rd of March. Sold out, so no more tickets available, so you're going to have to tune in. You're going to have to listen in, watch the game. It's going to be a very, very intense game. Some huge names, kind of ex-BBL guys. Got Issa Brandon going to play. And then Chris Tawaya from MK, Jordan Spencer, Blaine Freckerton, their list goes on and on as well. So, yeah, that'll be a good one to tune into.
So the final buzzer goes 114 to the Kestrels, 72 to the Stars. Don't go anywhere. We'll try and get you a post-match interview with Issa Brandon. So, very shortly, so stick around.
So we have one more prize to go out tonight, and that is the fans' Kestrels player of the game. We'll just wait for them to finish their huddle. With 43% of your votes, Issa Brandon is your player of the game.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. Love you too. Bye, Kieran.
I'm going to need you to count me in. Pretty enjoyable to play in.
Oh, definitely. It's always good to come out with a win. You know, that's what everybody wants, is to win. And as long as we play competitively and we play our game, that's all we can ask for.
You had a bit of a special game yourself. You had top scorer of 33 points. You scored a fantastic alley-oop. You must be proud of yourself.
Oh, definitely. The alley-oop, that one felt good. I think it was my first alley-oop of the season, so I'm used to dunking, but catching the lob and getting the crowd excited, it's an unbelievable feeling.
Of course, we're now heading into the final few games of the season. What's the message to the rest of the teammates to try and see this through?
Just play our game, finish strong. We know that the last game of the season is probably the game that's going to count most for us. You know, we beat them at home by 7 at their home, so now they got to come here. We just want to be as well prepared as we can be and just, come in and play our game, be aggressive, and just finish out the season real strong.
This is the penultimate home game. Obviously, you just mentioned the last home game is the big one, the one that might solve the title. What's your message to the fans to try and get them to come here and try and bring it on the team?
Love the fans. Love the fans down here in Southampton. Solent Kestrels fans are amazing. Well, all I can say to them is come down, bring some noise, be as loud as you can, because it's going to be a good game.
Thank you. Congratulations again today.
Thank you, boss. I appreciate it.